But I don't know. I can't like get a good read on what's happening at the job.
Probably some amount of bullshit. It is, after all, a job.
Oh, fuck. Oh! That's the type of biting commentary on current events you'll find on Big Bother.
Big Bother. Welcome back, everybody, to Big Bother, the, once again, Shot in the Dark only podcast that recaps the television series Big Brother one season at a time. We are on episode 4? 5. And we are recapping season 5.
There you go.
Wow. Quick recap. Last season was... Make sure I'm not skipping anything.
Yeah.
Last season was Danielle Reyes and Lisa, final two.
Nope.
I'm too far back.
You're too far back. Bring it forward one. For those who are wondering why my co-host Mike's memory is a little bit off, he was up until the wee hours of the morning watching Clerks 3.
It sucks, but that's a day for another episode. It's fucking atrocious. It's like, if you had shown me Clerks 1 and Clerks 3, I was like, oh, Clerks 3 is clearly this guy's first film.
Just like, I bet it hurts to just like be like hungover, having had to wake up early, and then you just like know it's in the back of your mind, like, yeah, this is because of Clerks 3. This is because I was watching Clerks 3.
No, this is because I can't control my fucking alcoholism. But
that's fair, yeah.
Like when I say to my brother, hey, let's go have a couple beers, it needs to just be a couple beers. Also, fucking set an alarm. I didn't set an alarm. All right, so catch me up then, Big Brother season 4.
All right, we have June Song and Allison Irwin.
That's right. They were the two who, with the groundbreaking strategy of being nice to everybody.
There you go.
And making friends.
There you go.
Treating people with respect.
There you go.
Nobody, in 4 seasons of Big Brother, no one's ever tried that.
Surprisingly rare.
A couple of mavericks come out of the woodwork.
Yep.
They decide, I'm not going to be a piece of shit.
June says that. Allison is a piece of shit.
Okay.
But she's a piece of shit who's good at competitions.
Gotcha. So she might not genuinely have been being nice to people, but she was actually overtly being nice to people.
She is a tri-state champion at throwing CDs into a bowl in a pool.
I bet.
So,
because that's at the heart of the show. That's really what it's all about.
That's what it is, and that's what it always will be. You know,
it's about tossing CDs into a bowl in a pool and not letting go of things, typically while floating.
Floating on.
Ow. So like this weird like sea survivor.
Yeah.
Survivorsmanship.
That's the vibe they were going for.
Yeah.
In Big Brother.
All right, so that is how season 4 revolutionized the game.
It is.
People were like, I'm just gonna fucking be liked by everybody, and that's gonna get me to the final 2.
And it did. You cruise.
Yeah.
You cruise. And
what was Allison's downfall? Because June Song won.
Yeah, June Song won. Allison's downfall was double crossing a bunch of people and making herself look like a huge dickbag.
Yeah.
In front of everyone for betraying one of her closest allies, Nathan. He used the veto on her early in the game to save her from the block. She would never reciprocate, and that got him voted out.
Even though she said she would early on. She said, hey, you save me, I'll save you. And then when it came time, she was just like, why would I do that?
Actually, fuck that.
You're a fucking idiot.
On top of that, she flirted with a bunch of guys in the house. She said and did, like, pretty terrible things.
That's right. Allison was the one that one guy was fucking just couldn't accept the fact that like they weren't going to be in love and be together forever. Like, wasn't he?
No, that's Scott and Amanda. Scott's the one that got thrown out. Okay. I'll give you this.
No. I thought Allison had the guy who she betrayed, and he like still thinks. That
Okay.
He still thinks that they're like going to be a thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
he voted for her.
I know these themes are going to reappear a lot.
Yes. No. Yeah. You're exactly right. He voted for her in the end. He was like very dedicated.
Yeah,
to
he
her.
was the one vote that Allison got,
He's
even
like
though she betrayed him.
She betrayed him.
Directly him.
He's this fucking small town Kansas boy, and he's like so into like love stories and. She's like, well, I'm here for the money,
His
so...
dad told him you should let a school bus die even though you're Superman.
Yeah.
Why would you want anybody to know you're Superman?
Yeah. Fucking Smallville.
That was a Man of Steel reference.
Topical.
Kevin Costner's
What year was
George
that?
Kent.
What year was that?
Is it George Kent? Clark Kent's father?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was it was Zack Snyder's Superman. And
that's Zack Snyder. That explains why I haven't seen it.
yeah, and it's weird that his character is like he's like you shouldn't. It was like it's unsafe if anyone knows what you can do. They won't understand you. They won't they love you anymore. You're different. To the point where a young Clark saves a school bus from drowning in a lake. And then his dad's just like, maybe you shouldn't have done that.
Did you really think this through, son? Yeah. Did you weigh both options?
Yeah. Clark, have you considered being a monster?
I know that we've been bestowed with this miracle that literally fell from the heavens and has the power to undo grievous wrongs in the world, but...
Have you considered not?
But, yeah.
Have you considered letting evil win on a near constant basis?
And sometimes the wise choice is to allow bad things to happen and unimaginable suffering to occur.
And then George Kent allowed himself to be swallowed up by a tornado because he told Clark not to save him.
What?
That is. I'm not even embellishing at all. There was a tornado. They're in Kansas, so there's a tornado.
There's a tornado.
I think George is like maybe trying to help regular people get to safety because he's apparently not a monster.
Yeah, you can do that.
But
if you have
as a normal
powers.
human being, you can only do so much against a tornado.
That's true.
However,
That's
as
true.
a superhuman being,
or
some
alien
rather,
some sort of Superman.
Yes.
Some sort of superb person.
Some sort of Ubermensch.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's literally a scene where Kevin Costner's character he's standing in like the door of his truck, and then the tornado's near upon him, and he just holds up a hand towards Clark, who's like over by the shelter, and he's just like, don't. And then he disappears into a fucking tornado.
Oh my god, that
and Clark's
can't
like,
be real.
I literally could have been there and back with you in under a second. And honestly, nobody would have noticed because it's a tornado.
That can't be real.
Have you not watched it?
No, that's insane.
You piece.
That's
I
unhinged.
can't believe I've seen
The last...
Man of Steel and you haven't.
Oh
Although
my
I
God.
envy you.
Holy Christ.
All right, big brother.
Big bother. Another thing before we start, our lawyers have advised me to say that I personally had nothing to do with the death of Her Royal Majesty Queen Elizabeth II.
My lawyers have advised me to plead the fifth.
Yeah, so that's on film. This is admissible, right?
It's true.
Okay, excellent. Big Brother 5.
Big Brother 5. June Song is your winner. Season 4, Season 5. Here we go. Lay it on me. What the fuck? So is everyone going to be nice now?
No.
We wouldn't really have much of a show if they
More
were.
people are nice.
Yeah.
More people are nice. So the year's 2004. Big Brother 5 premieres.
8th grade.
2004, I was 11.
Fucking spring chicken over
Yeah,
here.
I know, right?
So 6th grade. Don't act like it's a big gap. Don't act like it's a big gap.
It makes it sound younger.
We would have gym class together, you piece.
It makes it sound younger. So the year is 2004. This is actually my favorite season before All Stars.
Okay.
All Stars is season 7.
Okay.
This is my favorite 1 through 6 season 5.
All right.
The cast,
Juicy.
all bangers. We have
All MILFs.
the 16 MILF season.
Cheryl
Yes!
MILF, Monica the MILF, Rachel the MILF, Terry the MILF. Oh my God.
Oh, Christ. No. It's just people.
Just all unique, insane, crazy people that
Yes,
are very
absolutely,
interesting
yes.
people. No boring housemates.
Let's see if I can name them all in order they get evicted. Mike, Lori, Holly, Scott, Jace, Will, Natalie, Abria, Marvin, Karen, Nokomis, Diane, Cowboy, and Drew. That's all of them.
Cowboy and Drew?
Well, they didn't
Cowboy
get evicted.
and Drew?
No. Cowboy and Drew.
Gotcha.
They didn't get evicted, so that we were the finalists.
Sure.
You
Hear
have
that, folks? One of the finalists' name is Cowboy.
his name is Michael Cowboy Ellis.
I wonder where he's from.
Could be anywhere. Also, okay, so like
Don't jump to conclusions.
we got Mike, the George Bush loving painter. That's it. That's his whole. He's evicted week 1. You don't really get much more out of him.
George Bush Sr.?
No.
Okay.
Bush 43.
It'd be weird if he was just like, man, 1991, I sure miss
Just
it.
got a poster on his wall that says "Read my lips, no new taxes."
He yearns for 1989.
He's like, fuck. God, you guys remember?
Remember the first time we invaded Iraq?
You guys remember Desert Storm? Yes, we remember Desert Storm.
I was more of a Desert Shield guy myself.
Shut the fuck up. He loves Big Brother. He's like one of the first like super fans of Big Brother that gets on. He works as a painter.
So the show has already begun eating itself. The fans
are making their way on.
The snake has begun to find its tail.
He loves Big Brother. He paints, and he loves George Bush. That's like basically all you learn about him.
Heard that.
Some other highlights include Scott, the third string professional football player.
Okay.
In I think minor leagues.
All right.
So he's big, jacked. He plays pro football, but he does not make like a great living from pro football.
He plays professional football, but not NFL.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
He was on like the practice squad for an NFL team briefly before the show, I believe. But like it was like a $50,000 position. Yeah. He was doing very good, but like he's not doing like what we think of as like NFL money.
Sure, yeah. He's making like better than public school teacher money.
Yeah, that's true.
In most states, at least.
We have Michael Cowboy Ellis, the cowboy.
The cowboy.
We have...
I assume he also loves Scott and George Bush?
Presumably, but he doesn't talk about it so much.
And cattle.
He mostly...
I assume he loves cattle and horses.
Mostly all he cares about is his adoptive son, Chasten. That's
nice.
That's really most of what we get from him.
That's a good thing to care
Yeah,
about.
he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Cowboy is awesome. He's my favorite cast member from this cast.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like with the name Cowboy, I'm picturing a guy in a 10-gallon hat, and I just don't want to like him.
No, he's like this. He's like this kind of short, wiry, like goofy dude.
Okay.
He wears the cowboy hat wherever he goes, and he dresses in like the cowboy boots and the belt. But he's just like he's silly. He's like really nice. Everyone loves him. He's just like happy-go-lucky dude.
Heard that.
Adoptive son.
Good old Cowboy.
Love Cowboy. I love Cowboy. You have Natalie and Adria, the championship bodybuilder, or they might not have been bodybuilders, but they're like fit. They're like some kind of fitness model champions. Yeah. And then Holly, who lives in Las Vegas, and you don't really get a great picture of what she does, but she like collects like mannequins and
she also collects VHS copies of the movie Mannequin. Andrew McCarthy.
She like her voice is like, hi, how you doing? It's like ditzy, high pitched. She's like,
that could be tough.
If you've ever seen like the bimbo character of a 1980s movie about sports, it's basically Holly, like down to a T. You got Marvin, the mortician. A lot of like great, interesting people show up in this cast, and I think
Marvin, the what?
The mortician.
Mortician.
Yeah, he describes himself as 260 pounds of solid steel sex appeal. Let that sink in.
Definitely stole that from a fucking professional wrestler.
Probably, or like
80s.
Shaft. I think it's Shaft, right?
It's somebody.
It's something.
It's somebody that wasn't.
It's not his line, obviously.
I've definitely heard a professional wrestler say that.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And the twist this year. So last year we had Project X.
Right, where they brought all their exes back.
Yep.
Some of them. Most of them.
This year we have DNA, which at first, Julie tells us, stands for do not assume. It becomes very clear that it just means that a lot of these people are fucking related to one another.
Oh. To each other.
Yes. It's crazy.
That is weird. Like, and they didn't know about it?
No. Well, some do. All right. There's a lot of twists going on here, okay?
Oh, look, it's my cousin, Marvin, the mortician. He did my fucking grandmother's funeral. That hunk of twisted steel and sex appeal.
No. Marvin can't be related to anyone because he's the singular only black person.
Oh, again.
Another great casting choice by Allison Grodner. Put one black person alone in the house with a bunch of people who will secretly discriminate against him.
Or openly, we've seen.
Yeah,
openly
or sometimes openly, but they were a little smarter this season about it.
Yeah, I wonder.
Smarter.
I'm gonna say over under on like how long until we get a reasonable amount of like minorities in the cast.
All right.
Without them being token. I'm gonna say let's see, 2004. I'm gonna say we don't see that till like 2012. So that would be what, like
took till 2020.
Holy shit!
In 2020, CBS instituted a rule where on your reality shows, one half of the contestants have to be non-white. Before that, they did not follow that. They didn't even try to follow that. Yeah. Survivor might have been a little better. I haven't seen the most recent seasons, so I don't want to paint with a broad brush, but Big Brother certainly had huge problems with it until the rule was implemented.
All right. Well, something to look forward to at least.
Yeah. In another 18 episodes.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So Project DNA has a couple of twists wrapped into it.
You can just imagine like the producer handing out envelopes to everyone. It's like, in this envelope is the name of the person you are related to in this house. And then she gets to Marvin and she's just like,
you know.
You seem like a nice guy.
Be happy that you're here, Marvin.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Don't be one of those, Marvin. What do you mean by that, Allison? What? Complaining people.
You know how morticians are.
Yeah, you know how 260 pounds of solid steel sex appeal type people are. You know the type.
I love the sexy mortician. Gotta love that vibe.
I mean, he's a good looking guy. He's not like lying.
What would you like your deceased relatives to be wearing?
He's just like he's got his like white button up unbuttoned like 3 buttons deep.
This pantsuit will look great on your grandmother. Wink.
It's like, can I speak to your boss?
I am the boss.
Why? He just like pulls out one nipple.
Oh, God. Jesus Christ. Marvin.
Sexy mortician. Okay. Project DNA.
Pilot incoming. I'm gonna write a
get that. Let's get the boys on that. That's TM'd. That's TM. That's Wizard House Media Group. We have TM'd.
This is our official intent to distribute.
There you go. Suck it, Ted Turner. Fucking Project DNA. We got a couple twists wrapped in here. Yeah. First off, the twin twist. This is a big one, okay? Remember I talked about Natalie and Adria, the professional fitness lifters.
Sure.
Fitness lifters. Where do these words come from?
They're professional fucking athletes, essentially.
Professional athletes. Yeah.
Natalie and Adria. Their job is to fucking be in good shape.
So they both do not start the game together. They are twins. They're twin sisters. And Natalie enters the house with the rest of the group. They think there's 13 contestants.
Yeah.
Instead of the usual 14.
Adria. They're aware that they're twin sisters.
The rest of the house?
No, that they're sisters.
Yes, they're aware that
they know
sisters.
Each other.
Yes.
Okay.
They know. So what happens is...
I don't know. It's Big Brother. Anything can
happen. I understand. On about the third day or so, they pull Natalie into the diary room. Mm-hmm. And they're like, all right, bring in Adria. They switch clothes. They send Adria into the house. Natalie's like, you're close with this person, this person, this person. This person's on the block. Don't talk about this. And they go their separate ways.
How far in the game was that?
This was 3 days.
Okay.
And they switch every couple of days. The idea being, if they are able to get halfway through the season and no one has guessed that they are switching out, they both get to enter the game.
So they have to do that before they're even allowed to compete.
They're competing, but as one person. It's two twins.
Oh.
Two twins competing as one person in the house.
Gotcha.
If they make it halfway through the season, they both get to play. They both come in.
That's fucking weird.
It is. It's weird.
It's certainly interesting.
But they did some interesting things here with the casting. First off, Drew has a twin. Holly has a twin. And I'm pretty sure Mike has a twin.
So were they all doing the same thing?
No.
Okay.
But to throw everyone off the scent, they made it to where Natalie and Adria don't have to be cagey about the fact that they have a twin sister.
Yeah.
Because several other housemates will be like,
a common theme.
oh yeah, like me too. That's really weird.
Yeah.
And then
the only one whose twin sister is there.
Exactly. Yeah, gotcha. Switching out with them. And they did it. They made it halfway through the season. The first 6 evictions.
How much? What's the cocaine bill on the fucking Big Brother? Like
they are the first
producer side.
First 10 seasons. They're coked out of their minds.
I got to imagine.
It's insane. It is crazy. And then the next part of Project.
We're gonna do a parent trap this season on Big Brother. The twins are gonna switch places.
Have them switch clothes every 2 days.
We're doing
Woo!
We're doing an Olsen twin gag. It's gonna happen.
This is 2004. This is when the Olsen twins were popping off.
Yeah, it's peak.
This could have been what inspired this. Now that you mention it, actually, that's surprising to think of. There's another part of Project DNA. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a little hard to explain. This is a little hard to explain. So if you have any questions, stop me at any point, okay?
All right.
So
our producer is telling me we should go forward.
Michael Cowboy Ellis. Ellis is actually his mom's name, okay? His mom is unmarried, and Michael is the bastard child of a man named Arthur Deadman who ran out on Cowboy's mother after she got pregnant with him.
Okay.
They get in the house, and Michael starts introducing himself to everyone, and another one of the contestants is named Nokomis Deadman. They're both from Texas, and it gets Michael asking some questions to her. And he's like, okay, well, this is interesting. They call this Project DNA, so I wonder what the fuck's happening here.
Before I find out, what's bone? No regrets, no questions. Let's just get it out of our system.
If we don't know, it's not wrong. Oh, God.
All right.
So
we've got a potential half-sister in the...
Oh, not potential. We have a half-sister in the house. They independently, I think, I can't be sure. They independently applied to be on the show. The show later found out during, I guess, DNA testing, which they were doing because they're doing Project DNA this year, that they're half-siblings not separated at birth, but who's...
Just different marriages.
By different women.
Yeah. Maybe not even marriages.
And Cowboy has never met his father, has never heard of his sister, and only knows of his father what his mother has told him.
Oh, that he's a fucking piece, probably.
Yeah. So that, and
his name's Dead Man.
That's fair. You know what?
I was almost like, is that his real name, or is that just what his mother
called
called
him? Little on the nose.
If I ever see him again, he's a dead man. He's a dead man.
Oh my God. Holy Christ.
I'm a dead man.
Oh Jesus. They didn't know it about each other,
sure,
right?
Right, yeah. Brand new.
In the first week of episodes, they expected this to be I think they kind of expected this to be a mid-season thing.
Yeah.
You would watch every week and be like, oh, is this the week they figure it out?
Yeah.
Of course, they're fucking introducing themselves to each other. She's like, my name's Nokomis Deadman. And Cowboy immediately is like, wait, she's from Texas. Her name's Deadman. That's kind of weird.
Sure.
Julie said this was the season of DNA. That's kind of weird. I'm going to go talk to her real quick. Mm-hmm. Goes, she's off in the hot tub just chilling. He pulls up a chair to the hot tub, starts asking the most pointed questions I've ever heard in my life, and she absolutely...
What's your dad's name?
She does not pick up on it at all. Bro, you're not even in the zip code, okay? He gets up to her and he's like, so Deadman, right? Did your dad used to live in the Dallas area? Wow, that's crazy. Did he happen to be a Vietnam War veteran? Oh, wow, that's interesting. Did he happen to got his foot blown off by a landmine in the Vietnam War? And she's just like, yeah,
Was he
yeah.
a fucking complete piece? And, also, my dad too. God damn.
She doesn't pick up on what's happening at all. She just thinks this guy just like, oh.
Wow, I think fucking Cowboy's a psychic. Thinks fucking Cowboy's giving him a tarot reading.
I swear to God, he's like crying. He's like tearing up as he's understanding. He's like grasping what's happening, and she just like doesn't respond to it at all. He's like, oh, so he has a bum foot. He's a war veteran. He lives in Texas. His name is Deadman. He fought in the Vietnam War. Does you say his hair like looks a little bit like mine, or he has to like go off to the diary room?
Scale
and,
of 1 to 10, how much do I look like him?
A 5? Exactly.
Oh, wow, 5.
A 5? Interesting.
Wow. Oh, almost as if 50% of my DNA is his.
It's crazy. He has to go to the diary room to go like cry for a while because he's like,
Sure, of course.
what the fuck is happening?
That's an insane thing.
And
yeah.
Nokomis is just like talking with Karen, like, yeah, he was just asking me a bunch of weird questions.
Yeah, no,
whatever.
There didn't seem to be any theme to the questions at all.
Production like rolls out a letter, and they have to have a house meeting. Like, guys, you. I know this sounds crazy. You are never going to believe it. So Big Brother gave us a letter to verify that we're not fucking lying to everyone for game purposes.
Oh my God.
That's the first thing they thought they would do. And even with the letter, some of the contestants still thought that they were lying.
They're like, y'all are
like,
this is a game you're playing.
This cannot be real.
Bold strategy.
Why would estranged half-siblings be cast together?
Yeah. Why would that happen on the DNA season?
They're like, yeah, this is...
Doesn't seem to fit the theme of the season.
It's about DNA.
Yeah.
Not bum fathers.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Oh,
y'all ain't twins. Get the fuck out.
Oh, well, you guys aren't even twins. You can't be siblings.
Ain't twins.
Oh shit. Oh my God, I'm gonna cry.
All right.
They wheel out the letter and they learn, and over the course of the season, Cowboy gets to learn about his dad and like what kind of person he is, why he ran out on his mom, that kind of thing. It's like
Emotional.
It's one of those like I was telling you in episode 1, these like very human, very interesting storytelling moments that they're able to do. I don't know how they managed to put this one together. Beats me, but like. It's like clearly life-changing for both of them because they've never heard of each other.
Well, I mean, when you apply for Big Brother, did they ask for like family histories and stuff like that?
Maybe. That's not something
they knew going in that it was going to be family-oriented season, that they would probably ask those questions on the application.
Maybe. I feel like I get the feeling.
I mean, I would.
I got the feeling that like they ask you like 100 different questions and like 5 of them relate to the theme. In the way that they would do like a double blind, a double blind study type deal where you're like, oh, this could be about family, or it could be about like high school friends, or it could be about, summer camp, or So I get the feeling that's kind of what it was, but it's hard to say.
All right, so what happens now?
So
you've got the mystery twins that are swapping.
They're
places.
swapping.
You've got the fucking long lost, estranged fucking brother and sister, half brother, half sister, whatever.
Yeah.
What else we got?
I mean, that's about it for Project DNA because that is a lot.
More than enough.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And we have a couple of format changes.
Important.
The first one, and this one will become very important. So the first 2 implementations of the power of veto, Season 3 and Season 4, the entire house played. This created an incentive problem. As I told you during Episode 3, the vast majority of the time, the person who wins the veto will not use it. Yeah. It
just puts a target on your back.
Yes.
Next week.
It's bad.
Yeah.
This time, they've tweaked it a little bit. The power of veto competition will be played by 6 people, okay? The head of household and the 2 nominees.
It's a lot of CDs.
It's a lot of CDs. You have the head of household and 2 people, right? The 2 nominees. Head of household and the 2 nominees make up the first 3 slots. Those 3 people each pick 1 person. They make the other 3.
Okay.
So, Remember, the only scenario where you were incentivized to use the veto originally was if your best friends.
Yeah, somebody who you want to stay is about to go.
Exactly. Well, now we cut out all these extra people. It is just you and presumably your best friend or someone in your alliance who you think has a good shot to win the veto.
Ooh, any good alliance names this year? We had Chilltown. We had the Cartel.
Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Are you ready for this? The Four Horsemen. I'm not kidding. The Four Horsemen.
I'm Cowboy Ellis. This is my friend Pale Horse and Rider.
This is our third alliance member, the five-headed dragon known as the Whore of Babylon. So good.
And this is my other partner. I don't know enough Bible references.
We'll put it in post. We'll put it.
I'll just.
Godzilla style ADR. So the Four Horsemen is made up of Jace, Scott, Drew, and Cowboy. These people represent probably the biggest, strongest guys. Mm-hmm. They think they're going to be the best at challenges.
Sure. Because you got to be jacked to fucking whip CDs across the pool.
Oh God!
I love how they think they need to be in peak physical condition to play essentially carnival games. Like,
yes, dude, yes.
This week's challenge is Frog Bog. I'm doing 100 push-ups a day just to do this.
Bro, I threw a hula hoop around a lawn flamingo's neck. Woo!
Bro, I threw a rubber duck into a laundry basket, bro. Because I'm fucking shredded.
Duck ball! Oh my God. The Four Horsemen, okay, 4 jack dudes. They act like frat bros. Mm-hmm. Everyone fucking hates them.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean, I would, just from the fact that they call themselves the Four Horsemen.
That's fair. Now, the two driving forces of
this one?
I hate that.
I don't know.
I hate that. That's weird.
I love it. It's hilarious.
That's interesting. See, like this one is great. He's just sitting like a little guy.
It's the same cat.
Just a weird little guy. It's the framing. Also, its eyes aren't green anymore from like the weird reflect. The Four Horsemen. All right, the four.
Motherfucker doesn't know art.
You don't know art. You don't even know the difference between duck ball and CD toss. Yeah, it's fucking unbelievable. The Four Horsemen. So Jace and Scott are the two, like type 1 alpha male, like loud, screaming frat bro type people.
Stereotypical fucking jocks from an 80s movie.
Yes. Yeah. Drew and Cowboy are just like along for the ride because they're like, well, I'm gonna have to beat these people anyway.
Yeah, might as well just ride it out.
Yeah, ride it to 4 or whatever. Everyone fucking hates these guys. Mainly Scott and Jace. They don't really like Cowboy or Drew by association because they hang out all the time.
Sure, yeah.
But Scott and Jace make everyone fucking miserable for a while.
They're like, fuck these harbingers of the apocalypse.
You keep saying the good one-liners when I have a mouthful of coffee. We're gonna get a great spit take. But I'm going to ruin some of your shit in your apartment.
All over the camera.
Yeah, so
that's just fucking 8 feet away from you, you piece of shit.
Just chill. Fuck. And then we have, later in the season, Natalie and Adria both do get into the game. You get the Twin Alliance, which is Natalie, Adria, Drew, and Diane. It's like all the people who have twins. And then Cowboy's like in there.
And then the swapping twins both get in.
Yes.
Nice.
They do both get in. Now, the Four Horsemen, they target Marvin a lot, but they also tell Marvin that they want to ally with him. They're like, hey, let's make an alliance. It just happens to be all the Four Horsemen and Marvin, and they don't tell Marvin about the Horsemen.
Let's screw the one black guy over, but let's
like lie to him first. Yeah. And then Marvin has a way cooler alliance name than like anyone else. He's like, oh yeah, we're going to be the Santa Monica Van Boys.
Van Boys?
I love it. It's so good.
That's good. We're starting a fucking band.
The Santa Monica Van Boys.
Santa Monica fucking Van Boys.
I love the Santa Monica Van Boys.
I want to love them so bad. It sounds like they were never meant to be.
They weren't. Yeah. They all put Marvin on the block like almost every week. He goes on the block like 5 times. Good Unfortunately for everyone else, Marvin is like very smart, and just pulls himself off a lot with a veto. Like the strategy this season is absolutely bonkers.
Really, the strategy of all the white people ganging up on the black guy didn't work out.
Yeah, I know.
It's an unusual strategy.
Whoa! Crazy.
It's a rare strategy. We've only seen it 4 out of 4 seasons.
Don't worry, we'll never see it again. It won't happen. Fucking.
God damn it.
Oh. And then,
260 pounds of fucking twisted steel and sex appeal.
He's the best, dude. I love Marvin. Also, a great thing about Marvin is he talks about how much he loves Days of Our Lives all the time. Which is another CBS show.
As if he didn't have enough quirk to his personality.
And like,
he's a mortician.
And like one week, they're like, oh yeah, we're holding an America's Choice vote this week. We just like so happen to have a guest role on Days of Our Lives. America gets to vote on who it is, and everyone's just like, all the other contestants
Marvin.
are just like looking into the camera like, please God, give this to Marvin. It would make his entire life. These fucking assholes in the frat bro, they just keep picking up, please.
Yeah.
Give this to him. He gets to
let this man be on his fucking story.
He has like a waiter part on Days of Our Lives where he like pours water. He's like so happy. It like makes his entire
He's just
life
smiling the whole time for coffee.
He's just like, your wine, Miss Jennifer, and like it's off.
What a lovely pantsuit. you could be buried in that.
Now watch as I move too fast and activate the motion blur on our soap opera camera. I love Marvin.
Dream sequence. All right, so how was the response to the reveal of 2 twins?
People liked it. The twin twist is really cool. It adds a lot of drama and tension.
Because I would think that the people in the house would be like, oh, this is almost unfair. There's an extra person.
Oh,
fuck off. Let's vote one of them out.
You mean people in the house?
Yes.
No, they clapped them immediately.
That's what I figured.
They clapped them immediately.
That's what I figured. Like, fuck
They
you.
put them both up together.
Yeah.
It doesn't help.
You've just
that,
been deceiving us for 5 weeks.
They get 6 weeks in, and Adria like comes in the house like, hey, we're Natalie and Adria. We've been switching out. And Marvin's like, I did notice one of you had a slightly fatter ass than the other, so that makes a lot of sense. I've been calling you bootylicious to all the other house guests behind your back.
Oh my god.
They get
Marvin.
Adria gets head of household that week. She wins the competition, goes on a huge fucking power trip and pisses everyone off.
Oh wow.
As if everyone wasn't pissed off enough.
Right.
That you have an extra player.
For 5 weeks
you basically get an extra player that's your sister and will share the fucking prize money with you.
Yeah.
A free alliance member that you know won't fuck you, like without a shadow of a doubt. Now you're going and like going on an absolute power trip. Mm-hmm. She like nominates Marvin and Will. Will is the only gay guy in the house. Marvin is the only black guy. So they're like outside exercising one day, and Will's like, "Hey Marvin, isn't this a little funny? I don't want to suggest anything, but isn't it just interesting who she picked?
Why don't you tell me what you've noticed, Marvin, and we'll go from there."
It's like, it's just very interesting who she picked. The one gay guy and the one black guy.
Yeah.
Marvin's like, yeah, you got kind of a point.
In all my 4 seasons of Big Brother, I've never seen this
experienced
before.
this discrimination.
And never will.
Oh my God.
Until 2020.
Oh. Until they institute a rule.
In 16 more years.
Christ. Oh.
All right, so that doesn't go well. How does that
go?
go?
Will gets voted out, and then Marvin wins the next HOH and puts them both on the block.
The twins.
They go out 1 week after the other. Because everyone gets really fed up with him after Adria wins HOH. Adria gets voted out first, and then Natalie goes on an absolute death spiral where she's like, I don't know why you all are associating me with Natalie and with Adria, and everyone's like, Natalie,
You're the same. You pretend to be the same person.
You pretend to be the same
6
person.
weeks.
You were closely allied with her, obviously. She's your twin sister. Yeah. You have to go. Like, we're different. Like, we're different people,
and we don't like either of you.
And then she has the gall. She has the gall to be like, our whole lives, you have no idea how hard it is to be perceived as the same person, as though just because you're twins, you have the same interests, the same personality, and everyone's like, Natalie, she sucked, and you were her ally. You have to go.
You also wore the same clothes and have the same job and have all the same hobbies. And
you're both professional fitness champions.
You literally pretended to be here for 6 weeks.
I hope you'll forgive us for screwing it up. Oh.
All my life, I've been persecuted for drinking coffee. It's like people don't understand that I drink other things too.
Oh, fucking ridiculous. Also, so they introduced this new veto mechanic, right? Only 6 people can play.
Okay.
Would you believe me if I told you?
How do you get to be one of the 6?
You are head of household, one of the 2 nominees, and then they all pick one person out of the group. So it's all handpicked.
Gotcha.
Would you believe me if I told you that they immediately broke it so viciously that they had to change it again in 2 years?
I would, because nobody really puts any thought into these game designs.
No, they don't for many years. So, Nokomis and Marvin.
It's like a Bethesda game. They just release it with a bunch of bugs and wait for the players to fix it.
Exactly. Yeah. You figure out the bugs when the
players find out all the ways the game is broken, and then they patch it later.
You would think that they would just hire interns to play off-season Big Brother and figure out all the kinks, and then when you come to regular Big Brother during the summer that you have to televise, they'd have all this shit worked out. But no, that's not how it works.
No, we gotta bring in the hosts to change the rules.
So
of the game.
Nokomis and Marvin are by far the smartest people in the house, right? Now, they're not individually super great at competitions, but they sit and they plot all day.
They're good at strategizing.
Incredibly good at strategizing. Nokomis wins head of household, and everyone is fed up with Jace. Everyone wants Jace out. Nokomis thinks, if I can get Jace out, everyone's going to love me. It's going to go over super well. Problem is, out of the first 4 weeks, Jace has won the veto 2 of them. He's won the HOH 1 of them. And his buddy Scott, who had just got evicted, won the other 2 vetoes. So his biggest competition in winning vetoes is gone.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a big fucking problem getting him out of the house. However, her and Marvin had been thinking, and they come up with something they call the 6-finger plan. If you have enough people against one person in the house, the HOH puts up 2 pawns. They put both people on the block as pawns. You keep the person you want off the block. The HOH and the 2 pawns pick 3 more pawns to play in the veto competition. So you need 5 pawns. It's incredibly hard. You can only do this if you have the house kind of unified against one person.
Yeah.
However, the HOH picks a pawn, and your 2 pawn people on the block pick more pawns. Now you have 6 people in the veto competition, not including the guy you want out of the house. The person you want out of the house cannot play veto competition.
Right.
You play the veto competition. Whoever wins it, since you're all on the same page, you veto one person off, you put the guy you want on the block. Now he's on the block and has no way to get himself off.
He doesn't have a veto.
He doesn't have a veto. He was unable to compete.
Yeah.
This is called the 6-finger plan at first. It later would go on to be known as the back door. Mostly because that's a way better fucking name.
Backdoor Van Boys. Santa Monica Backdoor Boys.
The backdoor ungreased sex appeal Van Boys.
God damn.
Jesus.
So I mean, first of all, it seems like a broken part of the game, but it also is just like, who'd have thought that the entire house would be unified against one person like
exactly.
that? Yeah. So how many times does that happen?
Do you want?
I mean,
in this season?
In this season,
3 times.
They changed it this season. You said
they changed it in 7.
In 7, okay. So
this
it goes
season,
on for a whole 2 seasons.
This season they come up with it. Next season,
it's super abused.
7 evictions in a row are backdoors.
Wow.
And then in All Stars they change it.
Gotcha.
So in this one, they come up with this plan. What you're giving up, what you're risking, is only 1 vote out of your side.
Gotcha.
Because the HOH and the 2 people on the block can't vote, right? So you put up people who would be 2 votes your direction, but one of them ends up coming off.
Right.
The person you want goes on, and they're never allowed to play veto because you handpicked everyone who would be in the veto competition. And the other person who sits on the block would be someone who is on your side, and they can't vote. And that's all you risk is 1 vote. If you're willing to give up 1 vote, you can put someone on the block who cannot play themselves off, and on eviction night, when it's time to cast votes, they will be there, and there's nothing they can do about it.
All right. Got it.
I know it sounds complicated.
Got it.
But
I am gonna play this back at half speed when we watch it again. But yeah, no, I got it.
This is even after it gets nerfed in All Stars. This is like probably the most important strategical move in all of Big Brother. This has been used, I believe, 97 times.
They essentially just gerrymander the house.
Exactly. They gerrymander the house. And Jace, like, when Nokomis wins HOH, he's like, yeah, she's going to put me up. I've been pissing off all her friends and her. And then it comes around to nomination day, and she puts up Marvin and Karen, who are two of her friends. And Jace is just like, what the fuck just happened? He walks away like, I'm king of the fucking world, baby. Yeah. And then like 2 days later, he's talking to Cowboy, and he's like, hey, I've been thinking, what if they just put me up after the veto? And Cowboy, who's in on the whole deal, is like, no, they wouldn't do that.
No. So Jace gets backdoored.
He gets backdoored. He's the first person to get backdoored ever.
It's weird. Like it sounds
not good.
It doesn't sound good saying it, but it's weirder even that we didn't make it up. Like, it's weird.
You gotta stop when I'm drinking coffee.
Stop drinking coffee.
Right when I'm about to riff. Oh,
well,
God.
anytime you take a break from talking, I'm talking.
And I'm drinking coffee. You know what? It's on me. It's on me. I'll give you that. It's on me. So we have the back door. An advanced strategical move cooked up by a girl who was not going to win a lot of competitions and had to make the most out of her HOH.
So Jace, gone. He gets backdoored.
Absolutely gone. Wrecked.
Wow.
Right before jury. It's super good.
All right.
Super funny.
So now we're at jury. That means there's 6 people left?
There are 9.
Jesus
Nine.
Christ. We got to pick up pace here.
7 votes, 2 people. I've been kind of jumping around a little. We've been in and out of jury.
You're good.
The other big like strategical move that happens, and I think this one's like super sick. We get down to final 5, right? We have Nokomis and Diane. Nokomis and Karen on one side of the house, right? They're closely aligned, and then we have Cowboy and Drew on the other side of the house. And in the middle, we have Diane. Now, Diane is working with all the women because they've had to deal with these 2 4 horsemen guys the whole fucking season.
These douchey fucking douchebags.
They win a lot of competitions because they're bigger and stronger. But she's also
fucking whipping Jagged Little Pill 300 yards. They're like fucking Elway throwing Nerf.
Just handfuls of rubber ducks. Just like
that?
bonus.
Do you remember the John Elway like Nerf commercial where he's like, I can throw this ball 300 yards?
Yes!
It's just that, but it's Jace with a copy of Jagged Little Pill. It's just fucking...
Isn't it ironic?
Isn't it ironic?
Fuck. So... We need to learn more songs.
God.
We need to learn more songs from Jagged Little Pill. Do more quips.
Yeah, that also has You Ought to Know.
It does have You Ought to Know.
I don't even know if that's the name of the song, but that's the chorus.
That's yeah. You Ought to Know by now.
You ought to know.
We get down to 5. So we've got this kind of identity crisis where Karen and Nokomis are on one side with Diane, but Diane is also in a showmance with Drew. They've been going out like the whole season. They do little mock dates and stuff where everyone else like fucks off and leaves them alone in the backyard. And Drew and Cowboy are working together. Drew and Cowboy are like, listen, you're never going to beat Nokomis and you're never going to beat Diane. So your best option is to come with us and play with us in Final 3. And Drew is like, I'm going to take you over Cowboy every time. So just come with us. We'll cook them out at 3. Easy. And so Nokomis is head of household. She puts up Cowboy and Drew, and she's like, sorry, it was like, one of you is leaving no matter what. It doesn't matter what happens with the veto. I don't care. They go to the veto, and the veto is they lock you in a big metal cage. They give you a bunch of like random implements, and then 15 feet away from your cage is the key sitting on like a little pole. So you have to like assemble your implements to get the key off and like drag it back.
You got to MacGyver your way into a fucking hole.
You have like a golf putter, you have duct tape, you have a flamingo, like a lawn flamingo that they used early in the game for the hula hoop game. And so what they...
That was a real game. But they were making
no, that's real.
I thought you were riffing.
Throw hula hoops on the lawn flamingos.
It's always a carnival game.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it is. It really is.
Now you got to be in peak physical condition to play these fucking carnival games.
And like, fucking Scott won that. And he was like, yeah, yeah. He like popped off. Woo. But they put the cages close enough together to where you can like trade stuff with other people if you want.
Okay.
So, Drew and Cowboy are on the block. Mm-hmm. So, if they win the veto, they have to veto themselves off, and then Nokomis will put up Diane.
Right.
Because Diane and Drew are dating, they'll vote the same way, and she wants to make sure that one of the guys goes home. However, Diane is not on the block. If she wins the veto, she can take one of them off. And being safe for the week, that means Nokomis will have to put up Karen.
So she's trying to win.
Yes.
As hard as she
can. So the only
her only out really is to win.
That is Drew, Cowboy, and her only out is exactly she wins the veto.
Yeah.
They start, and the first thing Cowboy and Drew do is collect their golf putters, and they hand them straight to her. She tapes them together.
All together, just grabs the key immediately.
It's like so obvious. And like while they're doing this, Karen is like, hey, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, why did you... Cowboy's like playing with his plastic flamingo. Like, oh no, I thought more duct tape would be a good trade for the putter.
I always wanted to duct tape two flamingos together.
He's trying to pull his flamingo apart.
He's like, no, this is the twin season. It's so I'm duct taping two flamingos together. That's clearly the secret.
They give her fucking 3 golf putters. She tapes them all together and just yoinks that thing.
It's fucking yoink.
Super easy. Immediately vetoes Drew off, and Karen goes up. She goes home at Final Four, and Nokomis is like, are you fucking serious?
That's amazing.
Are you kidding me?
Should have fucking allied better, baby.
And then at Final Four... Allied better.
I almost said aligned, which works.
That works still. Yeah. No, hey, yeah.
Should have formed a better alliance.
Give yourself credit, King. At Final Four, Cowboy wins his first HOH. His first, in fact, his first competition win of the entire summer is he wins HOH at Final Four, guaranteeing a Final 3 shot, right?
How many fucking hula hoops did he fit around how many flamingos?
I think it was an endurance competition.
Was it like a hold on to the key type deal?
No, that's like Final 3. It was, was it the hold the button? No, it wasn't hold the button. Something. He wins HOH. It doesn't really matter.
Hold the button.
You think I'm fucking around. That is one of the famous competitions from that summer.
So I imagine it looks something like that.
No. It's a giant blow up of yourself, and it's like it's buttons right on their chest, and you have to like put your thumb on it and stand there.
And that's totally different from putting my hand on this button.
Because your arm gets tired if you hold it up.
Gotcha.
So he wins at Final Four, and he does something that a lot of people think was an awful move for him. I contend it was the best thing he could have done. Cowboy evicts his own sister. He evicts Nokomis. They had agreed early in the game that they were not going to use this revelation that they were siblings as a way to gain an advantage because they thought they would be targeted.
Right.
They specifically told everybody this, and for some fucking reason, everyone believed them.
They had a letter from the producers. I guess.
That's true. Cowboy evicts his own sister. She goes to jury. She tells everyone he did it. Everyone thinks this was a bad move for Cowboy. That he should have evicted.
So he vetoed.
Diane.
So he put her on the block, or he vetoed somebody else.
He put her on the block. Okay. Well, at Final Four, veto is the only thing that matters. And I can't remember who won the veto, but Nokomis was like the only option left. So like, she was going home anyway. And Cowboy was like behind it all. He like voted her out. Most people say this was bad. I think it was great. It gets down to Final 3. Drew wins Final HOH, and it's time, and it's Cowboy and his showmance, Diane. Everyone's like, obviously, he's taking Diane. Says, get the hell out. I'm taking Cowboy.
Fuck off. Bros before hoes.
And like, he gets the finale night, and Cowboy's like, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't think you were going to do that. I thought.
Well, and now everybody hates him, so Cowboy wins, right?
You would think.
Yeah.
However, He gets to
I
jury.
feel like that would leave a bad taste in people's mouths.
You would think.
To develop this relationship with this woman for fucking 12 weeks and then just say, nah, fuck off.
I'm
it's
taking
me and the boy.
I'm taking Cowboy.
Me and my boy Cowboy.
It gets down to jury, and they start absolutely grilling the fuck out of Cowboy. Marvin gets up there and he's like, "Hey, Cowboy, are you a lying racist or a racist liar?" And
Wow.
Cowboy's like, "Why are we doing this? Like, why did you say that?"
If all 10 gallons fits,
Cowboy's like, "Why are you?" Whoa, like I don't know. He's like, "I want to be clear. I didn't say or do anything racist in the house. I don't like that you're
this obnoxious hat.
I don't like that you're painting me this way." Now, given he's a really nice guy. I like him a lot. But he's from Texas. He's a cowboy. And he, just like everyone else, has a lot of moments in the house that we don't see because they edit him down to TV for him.
Right.
I don't want to assume that Marvin is just making accusations that came from nowhere. He might have been basing it on something that Cowboy actually did that was really insensitive.
Being part of the alliance that put Marvin on the block 6 times in a row.
Possibly.
Probably enough.
That could be it. That could be it. Cowboy did, like, absolutely famously gun after Marvin the entire fucking season for no reason.
Yeah, so I don't think it's too far-fetched.
It's not.
That
It's
Marvin
not crazy.
Has beef.
It's not crazy to think. It is actually the closest vote we have seen in Big Brother history.
Wow.
5-4. Drew squeaks out a win.
Wow.
Squeaks out a win.
5-4. Split decision.
He gets, including his own girlfriend who he kicked out of the house.
She voted for him?
She voted for him.
Y'all.
Cowboys' votes were Natalie Adria Nokomis, who he evicted, his own sister, who voted for him. That's why I say it was a good strategic move. He put a vote into the jury house that was a vote for him. So it was like Adria, Natalie Nokomis, and I think Karen. I think Karen was the last vote for Cowboy.
Okay.
And then 5 for Drew, and he takes home the $500,000 smackaroos. Smackerinos. Why it's lots of people say dollars like that.
It's true.
Smackerinos.
It's true.
Lots of people say that. Why I don't know why you're making a big
$500,000 fucking honey smacks.
$500,000 smackers.
$500,000 cookie crisps.
I don't like this bit.
$500,000 honeycombs.
I would like to back out of this bit. I don't like where it's going.
$500,000 Rex Krispies.
I want off of this bit.
Lots of money.
Stop. Stop. I want off.
Drew is your winner.
Drew
Season
McIntyre.
5. Drew McIntyre. He's got a last name. You heard that here, folks. 1 hour in.
He would go on to be like a model. He's kind of like a D-list actor nowadays. He became like he and Marvin would return to Days of Our Lives many times.
Wow.
After the season ended, he played a small part on Days of Our Lives. I don't know. It was really cool. Drew's a great winner, I think. I do think that the season was kind of stolen from Cowboy. I believe the jury kind of held things against him that were kind of stupid. I do think Cowboy played the absolute best game of the season. Okay. He played his heart out. During the button game, where they press the button on the inflatable version of themselves, Cowboy...
that button game.
That button game. Cowboy reportedly stood for so long and was so dedicated that he like shit himself and had to be coaxed by everyone else to like go fuck off so that they weren't just standing around this guy who shit himself, and they had to just all promise not to put him on the block. He's like, fuck y'all, I'm not letting go.
I feel like Cowboy was I kind of was liking him until I heard that story.
I told you he's like this goofy weird dude.
I feel like I don't want to judge anybody, but like people who willingly shit themselves, I feel like I have trouble trusting.
Okay, all right. He was 7 hours.
If it's an accident, I can't hold that against you. But like, if you just like decide one day.
No. He was like 7 hours into an endurance competition. This thing went on for a long fucking time. Wow. Just standing in one place. You can't move. Can't take your finger off the button. So I understand. I would probably have quit the competition to go to the bathroom, and I think most reasonable people would. But, you know.
Shit in your fucking 10-gallon hat, Cowboy.
He's there to play.
What are those things for, if not that?
He's not there to fuck around. He's there to win money. And if it means standing in one place for half of a fucking calendar day and you have to shit yourself, he's going to do it.
Business day.
I also think that Cowboy had like a pretty immaculate social game In the early game, he was, he spent all his time with Jason Scott, who were these two like frat bros, and he would just kind of like go along with whatever they did.
Yeah.
They used him as the butt of the joke a lot, but he was just like, oh, they're just guys being dudes. Yeah. And like they brought him along with them, even though he wasn't winning any competitions. Late in the game, it was him and Drew hanging out a lot. Drew was a lot more of an emotional guy. Drew was a lot more level-headed. And Cowboy, in order to get Drew to do what he wanted, he would go up and be like, listen, man, don't fuck me on this. You better fucking do it. And like would drill things in. He'd be a lot more stern with Drew. He had a very good relationship with Natalie and Adria, so much so that they took the fall for him. And he was able to evict his own sister, Nokomis, and get her vote. I think Cowboy played the best fucking game and got kind of robbed
So Nokomis ended up voting for him at the
end?
end?
Nokomis voted for him because she was fucking impressed.
She's like, it's a good
because
game.
Cowboy is really good at Big Brother.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad.
Maybe he should have been fucking nicer to Marvin.
Yeah, that's what.
That was clearly his fucking downfall.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, you're not.
Are you a racist liar or a lying racist? Wow. What a fucking 1-2 punch.
It was
Jesus.
So good. It was so good. Fuck.
Well, there you have it. That's season 5 of Big Brother. We've got one more season to go until the first All-Stars.
Yep.
We've got some new game mechanics. We've got the immaculate strategy of backdooring people.
Next season, just a preview.
Or the 6-finger discount, or what was it called?
The 6-finger plan was the first name.
Yeah.
The first name for it.
The 6-finger death punch.
Eventually becomes the back door.
The back door.
Next season introduces probably the biggest celebrity, I guess, of Big Brother fame.
Okay.
Her name's Janelle. She's like, before I started watching Big Brother, I recognized her.
You already had heard of her.
I had heard of her. So she's like,
I feel like I have heard that name Janelle before, probably on some other reality TV show or something.
Janelle Pierzina. She's played Big Brother 4 times. She's played The Amazing Race 4 times.
Wow. Fucking reality TV is just her career now.
Yeah, she popped off once Big Brother hit.
So we have that to look forward to. Season 5 has commenced. Drew McIntyre, your winner. So long, Cowboy. We hardly knew ye. He'll be back.
It hurts to this day. So the returners from this season are Nokomis, Diane, and Jace.
Okay.
They all come back to play for All-Stars.
Does Cowboy ever come back?
Cowboy misses 2 separate opportunities to return to the game.
Wow.
He misses the vote on All-Stars because it was all vote in. And then in season 11, there was a competition. They split the house into 4 groups, and they brought back 4 old house guests, and the winning group got to bring in their guy. Cowboy was one of those people, and his group did not win the competition. So that makes him the only person in Big Brother history who has missed 2 opportunities to re-enter the house.
And he lost his vote by 1 fucking vote.
So vote.
He's the definition of fucking woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Always a bridesmaid.
Always a bridesmaid.
It hurts. I wish we were in a timeline where Cowboy won. Because I think his storyline throughout the season was amazing.
He's fucking 10 gallons of steel and sex appeal.
10 gallons of lying and racism.
Yeah, probably. All right. Well, that's episode 5 of season 5. I'm Mike Rinaldi. This is Mason Slate. Hit him up at his Twitter at Subway Canada. Or check out his blog at www.CaseyAnthonyInnocenceProject.com. .org.
CaseyAnthonyInnocenceProject.org.
But for real, check us out at wizardhousemedia.com. Look at our YouTube channel for other types of content that do not involve reality television.
Lame.
Like, subscribe, share, comment. Tell us your thoughts. What do y'all think about Cowboy Ellis?
Send me lots of money too. As long as we're calling to action, send me lots of money.
Money's good.
Send me money.
Either give it to us or buy a copy of Jagged Little Pill. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Alanis needs
we're getting a kickback on that at this point.
She better after all the press we're getting her. Jesus.
On her 20-year-old album.
Wouldn't it be ironic if we weren't getting a kickback from all these Jagged Little Pill fucking pushes?
That was a good one.
We're over here pushing pills. Jagged Little Pill.
No.
Have a good night.
Had it and you lost it.